Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European Indices, and we'll cover the DAX, the FTSE, the AEX and the MIB in Elliott wave and trading levels. Starting with the DAX here on the weekly chart here, we are working through from wave 4 here up to wave 5 here. We're looking for 5 waves from primary wave 4 to intermediate degree 1 and 2, and minor waves to intermediate wave 3, and we're looking at intermediate wave 4 here. This correction has been a little bit complicated, as wave 4s normally are, but we've just been working through it. This is our sort of primary count here, with an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave moving down through here. But on the daily chart, we've been tracking 2 counts, one bullish and one bearish. So on the bearish count, it's wave 3 here, or we can have wave 3 over on this one over here. Not that it matters now though, but wave B to here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming down into this space here. Alternative count has been wave 1 here, ABC for wave 2 here, and then moving higher from here. So over here, this count here over here would relate to wave 1 being here, an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave ending here. Now this has breached the 61.8% mark roughly. It's not the end of the world. What is more important is that we count 5 waves down here. Last time we spoke, we had 5 waves right to a particular low here. That low has been breached, so we will probably move over into the primary count once again with a little bit more confidence. But there is a count to the downside here as wave 3 here, so the waves from wave 2 to wave 3 would have 5 waves in it, and that means that wave B to wave C here can also have that 5 wave structure in there as well. So there is another little low that we need to accommodate. I don't think this is the case here for this now, but you know, we're on the right track of being short through all of this. So yeah, let's just dive in and have a bit of a look in here. So on the 4-hour chart here, looking at this to the downside here, so looking at this as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 over here, and then wave 1 and 2 here, and then all the way down for wave 3 to here. I don't think it's finished just yet. I think there's well, yeah, I need to get into the hourly chart to have a look at that, but I'm thinking there's one more little move in here so we've got from this wave 4, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. But just in the bigger scenario here, it does put us on track for our target area down here of 11,500 in terms of the trading levels. That's a medium level. However, before that, we'll be looking obviously at 12,000. But I find that the medium level here carries more weight than the 12,000 or the 11,000. It's a bit of an odd situation, but it's a medium level, and we'll see that come into play, and we've seen it so many times before. So yeah, so look, yeah, just in this count here, just a couple of things to talk about is that wave 2 over here was humongous compared to wave 1 here. So that means normally when we have a correction being long or short, we would see, say, wave 1 down, we would see wave 2 being quite sort of quick and sharp, and then wave 3 would come down, and wave 4 is normally complex, where you get your triangles and double zigzags and all those sort of things. It's a bit more complicated than wave 2 here, and I find that's, you know, I mean, I find it's because the third wave is normally really strong and long, yeah, and you know, that's quite a powerful thing that's happened in the market, and it's a human thing as well. or is certainly attached to it. So when a large event in our lives occur, then it takes time to get over that, doesn't it? You know, and that's what a wave 4 is to me. But in this case here, I think that because in the guideline, or it's the guideline of alternation with structures, if wave 2 is simple, wave 4 will be complex. But however, if wave 2 is complex, then wave 4 is going to be simple. So I think that we're going to get a simple wave 4 here, okay, and then down into this space here. But it just gives you a bit of an idea of what's what here. Also, now that we've got this little wave 4 in here, which was an expanded flat of an A and a B and a C wave here for this little fella, we're looking for 5 waves down here, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 more move down here. So if I don't get a move down here, then we need to look at this being also an expanded flat in here, and that will bring wave 4 up a little bit higher here. But we'll go into the 2-hour chart and just see if we can. So that's pretty much the pattern. So just clean this up. So wave 3 here, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave here, an A and a B and a C for the fourth wave, and this one here as a 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here. When I need to see this come down from here to give us those 5 waves down to here before starting this ABC correction here. I can remove this here now because we don't need those lines, that one. But what I'm concerned about is that this could play out a little bit differently here. It could play out. This is just wave 4 stuff, so it just gets a bit complicated. So wave 4 to go to here, wave 5 to go to here, wave 3 to go to here, an A wave here, a B wave here, and this C wave here coming back up to the wave A here, and maybe it could even go above it, but basically having 5 little waves up there. So I'll just clean this up here. It's just something that we need to accommodate. And that's the trouble, you know, when you start getting into wave 4s where they get, I mean, we're in a wave 4 here, which is complicated, and then when you look at this here, we've got this wave 4, this wave 4, and this wave 4, you know, so it's like a triple whammy. So in this case here, what we can look for is a little move up into this space here for, it can go this high here, but it may just go into this space here, somewhere in here, and then come down for wave 5, which we can move across to here. I got a feeling this is the case, but I just had to explain things a little bit further, a bit more, and I'll just clean these up here. Oopsie daisy. Oh, don't worry about that later. Yeah, and then basically this correction in blue here should be, each wave 4 should be bigger than the previous one. And if we talk about ratios, well, then we can talk about, you know, 61.8% basically larger. So this little wave 4 here, then we can expect the next one to be this plus another 60% to be bigger, and then we can expect this one here in blue to be bigger than this ABC here, as such. So with this here, we can just copy these 3 here while we're here. Something like that. So the 12,000 is going to put up a, you know, good old sort of battle there in that one. So I'll just leave that. The only difference that this would the only difference here, that as I just mentioned before, the only other difference I can see here is that is this coming down here, making a new low before it starts up into its correction again from that point. So that's once that's breached here, then it's likely that low here, once that's breached, then it's likely to, push up there further from that point into these old supply levels here, and then move down from there. The AEX is like this too. It's got a better scenario because it's actually moved up higher. So if we take a look at the AEX for a moment. Okay, so on the daily chart here, we've been tracking two counts as the same as the DAX and the S&P 500 as well. So in this instance here, we can look at the move up being wave B or wave 1, and if it's wave B, then we need to look at the move down here as wave 1 and wave 2, and then coming down for wave 3, and then wave 4 and wave 5. So if I line that up with the other markets, it would be a bit more like this here. The other count, the bullish count, would be that this is wave 1 up here, and then we've got the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here, and then moving up from that point there. Okay, so let's dive in and have a bit more of a look at this. So on the 4-hour chart here, wave 1 or wave A, wave B and wave 2 here. I mean, it's acting like a wave B, being so large and complicated, but we just need to look at both sides. And then we can look at this here as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then 5 coming down here. So this here would be 5 waves in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an A and smaller A, smaller B and smaller C for the B wave, and then up for the C wave here, and then down from there. So on the On the 1 hour chart, it would look a little bit like this here. So not much of a change in things as such, but because we were in here last time somewhere, wave 3, 4 to 5 for 3, and then an A wave, an A and a B and a C for the B wave, and then up here for the C wave coming into somewhere between this space and this space here with that. Yeah, and then down from that point there. So look, it's a bit drawn out, all of this. So the dance across the 550 is just simply not completed just yet. Now, the FTSE has been giving me a hard time. So when I originally counted it up through here, there is a count to have this as a wave 3 and a wave 4 here. So this could push up and have one more move up into this space here. That's possible, but if the other European markets are going to be working lower, well, then we have to take that on board, don't we? So we have to look at a lower situation here. It counted quite nicely here as an A wave and a B wave, because the B wave was all complicated, and wave 2s are normally quite simple, so it suits a little A, B, and then a C wave coming down here. But I'm not getting 5 waves down here, okay? So it's just been just been a real sort of pain, really. So I was kind of looking at like this actually, and I don't know if this is correct, but it's just another count we can just chuck in the hat. So it's wave 1 down to here, wave 2 over here being complicated, wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, and then wave 5 here for the A wave here. Okay, so it's possible this can be the wave 4 here, like I talked about before. We can continue to go up there, but otherwise, if we line this up here as a 5-wave structure to the downside, even though it's very messy, then from the top here to the bottom here, the 50-60% mark is here on this trend line here. So that's where we can kind of expect the market to move up to, and then fail and move down lower from here. So I can't turn bullish on this unless we've got a nice support, sitting on, well, if that's the 61.8% mark and that's the lower end here, then what's that again, 750. I'd need to see the structure before when we got there, but this trend line coming through here, the 7,700, the 50-60% retracement level, I would want to see, if this was going to push up here higher, I'd need to see that have really good support on that, in that space there. Otherwise, we need to just observe this rally here in line with the US rallying off its lows and the other European markets rallying off their lows as well for their little wave 4s. And we'll just need to see what occurs in here. So I apologise, I don't have a clear path for this. This is messy, and then when it's messy, I'm into the guessing game, and that's not going to be very helpful for anybody, but we can talk about structures until the cows come home. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw in this count of 1 and 2 and 3 ABC for 4 here and 5. There are problems with this here. The only real problem is that the wave 4 overlaps wave 1 here, but otherwise the length of wave 1, the extension in wave 1, and then wave 3 here not being the shortest but wave 5 being the shortest, so it kind of fits together nicely except for the wave 4 overlapping wave 1 here, and we see that a bit in derivatives, so it's something that we can actually sort of live with and so on. But the important point here is this box here. So let's see how the market gets treated at this box here. It would have to get up here, then drop, and then retest supply, and then we can go short if the other European markets and US markets are heading south at that point too. Then we can look to get a short in this space here. And lastly, the MIB is on track, Italy here. So in the bigger picture, we've got wave 3 coming down here. We've got the A wave, the B wave, the C wave here, and we're looking for 5 waves to the downside as wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here, and then an A wave and a B wave and a C wave that can pull back up into this space here. So this will also rally for a little while here, and just need for that to play out. But I don't really see a trade here, but if you were looking at it for a trade, then we need to look at this here as wave A here, wave B here, wave C here. Just tidy up this here. Should come back up into the wave A here as well, roughly, and then we'll see a move down. And if you can count 5 waves, there should be some sort of equality or relationship between the length of wave A and wave C here. So if you can count 5 little waves up into this space here, then you'll be able to sell at this point here as well. And that's that. Alrighty. Thank you for tuning in and have a great weekend. Thank you. Cheers.